This is today's education system. No, we're going to do something more educating for just a moment here, possibly. Well, we can't really contrast it because we haven't watched the other thing, I suppose, but we're going to talk about maps. I talked to a guy today and he was talking about having a globe map. And it wasn't even, it was a square globe map. It was one of these flat ones like this. Notice how this one has, it has curves, so that on this one Greenland isn't quite as wide as Africa, but it is disproportionate still because they left this much on top that should have been 0. Okay, if it had been truly proportional, that would have been squeezed to 0. There, that's the North Pole, roughly. Okay, so no flat maps are really done because you can't stretch everything down that way and have it really look right at all points, because you're dealing with a three-dimensional object, the globe here. Mary is going to run the camera for us, and Charles is going to eat chips and make backhanded comments at the viewers.
Hey, Flatliner, get a clue.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this is a flexible tape measure they had here, and we have shown that on this Globemaster 12-inch diameter globe, legendary. Here's the legend. You can see possibly that 500 miles is precisely 2 centimeters. So that's about 250 miles per centimeter, or 4 centimeters per 1,000 mile, or anyway. So we can just bear that in mind. They've got some distances we found in nautical miles. I was trying to figure out why we had deviations. It says 3394 here. It's actually close to 4,000 miles from Hawaii to Tokyo. Now, okay, now we've got a few destinations we're going to compare just so that we can clarify some things. First, let's start with the width of Greenland, which we were discussing today. As you can see on this map, oh, here, Mary, you can take the camera now. I'm going to start putting my fingers down to try to get the best width measurements, and it's at the widest spot here, it's close to 3 centimeters. What is 3 centimeters times 250 miles per centimeter? Of course, it's not quite 3, I guess. What do we actually have? We go width, just wide to wide. I suppose that's a little thing sticking out there, and that's a little thing sticking out there. It's a little under 3, but whatever the case, it's going to be something under 750 miles. And I looked today, and they officially listed as 680 miles. So we're within some reasonable precision. I'm not sure where they measured that from, but definitely not what we have for Africa here. My guy says, well, the globe map shows that Greenland is the same width as Africa. Now we go down to Africa here. You see that the width of Africa is actually about 18.5 centimeters, which is, how wide is that? From Dakar to the eastern tip of Somalia. Their travel distance over here, Charles is going to calculate with his precision
Flat device
mind that is essentially a slide rule in a cranial cavity. So, oh, he's using his cell phone. He's getting 4,625 miles there. Now, if you had 4,625 miles up here, you see, it would be a slight problem. Around the 30-degree mark here, what do we say that was? It was 18.5 centimeters. So we went 18.5 centimeters here. You know, that would be almost halfway of the circumference at that latitude. Let's see, it's latitude that way. Its longitude is long, right? And that's the ones that go this way, right? Or no? I always get,
yeah, those are long.
Yeah, those are long. They're always consistently longer because they don't get smaller and smaller as they go up towards the top. Okay, so anyway, So we have a Greenland-Africa comparison on the widths there, and clearly this is proportional. It shows Greenland roughly the width it should be. All right, now just bear with me here as we go from, let's compare New York to London. This is one of my favorite comparisons because if you reference your flat map, it's 14, and what do you get there, Marius? Wait a minute. Am I on New York? New York, right there. Right there is the star for New York. I'm getting 14 and a half, right? 14 and a half to the star on London there. 14 and a half. New York to London. 14.5 centimeter times 250 equals 3 centimeters. Wait, something's wrong.
I gotta do it on my calculator.
Yeah, it's got to do a calculator. It's not 3 centimeters. Ignore that blackboard. That man is giving fake news. Okay, fake conspiracy theories are being generated here today, right before you. Okay, we're going to go now, after we get 3,625 miles, roughly that, we're going to go from Pretoria to Canberra on the east coast of, which, right there, it's Schwanye, or Schwayne, how do you say that? Schwayne. Got to get the right sound to it. It just doesn't look at all. Get the feel of that. I thought it was Pretoria all these years. Okay, so it's right in there somewhere. Where's Canberra? Right there. 27 and a half. 27 and a half is about what I get. As you can see, we take a slightly polar route there. We go down there. 27 and a half from Pretoria to Canberra. Oops, 27 and a half. Okay, very good. Now, as you know, the routes don't often go from across the Indian Ocean. I don't think anybody likes to fly that route because if anything fails, you've got virtually no place. You've got this Amsterdam St. Paul place halfway in there. But if you get stuck out in there, you're in a heap of trouble, boy. And there is nobody who's going to bail you out for a long time. You're going to be floating around the waves until the cows come home. They'll probably find you frozen into the Antarctic dead land there. And that's why there are also other destinations along the way that people can hit if they go up the coast and down that way. And it's not far enough out of the way to where they say, let's dedicate a route to go from Pretoria to Canberra. There isn't enough traffic. And
too much open ocean.
It's just open ocean. If anything went wrong, you'd be lost. So people I saw were speculating about a big conspiracy theory because they don't take the direct route to there, and that, I mean, that's kind of obvious why they don't, I think, but some people may have missed that. But they didn't miss it in the business office of the airlines, and that's why they decided to go there. Now, okay, Charles has calculated that we have 6,825 miles versus what was it, 3625, so we definitely have 7,250. So see, it's a little under double the distance if you go from New York to London versus Pretoria to Canberra, a little under double the distance. Now, if you take your UN map and measure that on your flat UN map, it's about 4 times the distance going between there. In fact, I told the guy today, the map he showed me, that your shortest route would be to go up around the poles. I mean, if you went through the North Pole, you would be much shorter distance, and if you do it on here, then it's almost the whole length of the tape. It's just way longer, yeah. So that should help us understand that globe maps work. All the travel distances are within a reasonable boundary. I mean, you could probably pay more money and get an ultra-precise globe that's got everything exactly right. This is just a student model that has within some margin of error, a few percent probably, but it's close enough. We're going to probably look up those travel distances, and they should be something in that ballpark, okay? As opposed to off by a factor of over 2, like if you use your flat map. So with the flat map, you're not even close. The distances are so completely skewed that it's not even relevant. And, but anyway, that's probably good enough. As the world turns, as the world burns.